Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend D.G. Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there. We don't die, we multiply. That's right, kids. Welcome back to another episode of X-Men Classics. Again, this will be one of two picks for this show. Justin did this one for my birthday.
Yes, happy birthday, Phil.
The Madrox series.
Yeah, I knew this one was much loved by yourself. As it should be.
I love the character, but I think this was the first time I actually read this miniseries.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
All right. Wow, even better then.
Yeah, like I'd read all the X Factors and stuff.
Yeah.
Peter David was on there. And there was like a miniseries way later, was it like 2017 or something? But yeah, I had not read this one.
Oh, no kidding. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I couldn't remember if I had it, but as I'm reading this, I'm like, I don't think I've read this before.
Nice. Well, even better then.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, I'm keen to hear your thoughts even more so.
Again, the character, a favorite of yours, mine, and a certain
absolutely
feisty Australian.
Yep. This is only my second read of this, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And a fun fact, and this is a secret that I'm divulging to all listeners.
Oh, breaking news.
All right, this is it.
Breaking
this is it. Yep. Out of all of the characters, and this was the series that really cemented this, but out of all of the characters that I've ever read in any comic book, ever, Marvel, DC, Dark Horse, whatever, continuity, whatever, Jamie Madrox has the power that I would choose if I were to have a mutant or superhuman or whatever power. If I could only choose one power to have.
Really?
I would not choose super strength or flight or telekinesis or intangibility or teleportation or whatever. Matter eater lad shit. I wouldn't do any of that stuff. I would have Jamie Madrox's power because to me, like, and as we'll discuss, like his is the power to have any type of life and experience anything limitlessly. Like he could do anything that he wanted to.
Interesting.
And experience whatever he wanted to. And to me, that idea is absolutely fascinating and riveting. And it would be something that if I were left to my own devices, I could do so many wonderful things with. I could write books. I could I could act. I could.
You have time to do everything.
Yeah, absolutely. You could do everything that you ever wanted. Like you could have time to do it all because you could just create a new person. Every time I always said that every time I think of a new idea for a story or a book, I wish I could clone myself so I could just have them sit in a room and do it. And I'll just feed them 3 times a day while they write the book, and then I can do the rest of my life.
Oh my.
So yeah, Jamie Madrox's power is the power that I would choose if I were asked.
And there's that poor MF for your job is to go to work every day. What?
Yeah. And that's just it. You could do any job that you wanted. You could work at McDonald's and be a CEO of whatever. Like, it'd be limitless. It'd be crazy. I'd love it.
Remember, it's not cheating if it's your own clone.
That's right. Yeah.
All right. So, all right. Should we get down to this?
Yes. Yeah. Do we have synopses for these?
I believe we do. Yeah.
All right. Nice. I knew there was some Jamie Madrox fans out there.
Well, yeah, probably Peter David fans also. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Because again, that's kind of when he's at his best, when he's written by Peter David.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Peter David gets him the most out of any writer that I've read. Yeah.
Yeah. Because again, it's like a lot of times Peter David will like take certain characters more seriously. Because a lot of writers just like, oh yeah, he make clones of himself. But Peter David gets into into this. Yeah. He gets into the real the nitty gritty details of all of it.
Like he rolls up in his sleeves and does like he did with the Hulk and all the characters he's written. he rolls up his sleeves and does the hard work of telling the stories that other people hadn't thought to.
Oh yeah, just the idea of all those multiple Hulks inside Banner, that's pretty much Peter David's.
Absolutely. And the whole genesis of the Professor Hulk, that whole storyline, like, that was all Peter David stuff.
Oh, hell, everything with Joe Fixit. I mean, before that, it was just, oh yeah, the Hulk was gray in issue 1.
Right. Yeah. And nobody ever touched on it again.
No.
Except for Peter David. He did, like I said, he rolled up his sleeves and he did the heavy lifting. He dug in the dirt. He did the hard work. And he was on that title for years.
Yeah. I mean, I think they brought the Hulk back a little before Peter David, the Gray Hulk before Peter David, but I don't think they really did much with him except, he's just like, nastier. It's like, okay.
Yeah, it was never fully addressed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So, there we go.
Nice, yeah.
Madrox number 1 from November 2004, Soul of a Gumshoe. Writer Peter David, penciler Pablo Raimondi, inker Drew Hennessy, colorist Brian Reber, letterer Corey Pettit, and editor Andy Schmidt and Nicole Wiley. A dupe returns to find Jamie. However, the dupe has been stabbed. Wolfsbane arrives at Jamie's office and tries to help him sober up. A second Kwai Chang dupe arrives. Jamie sends Rain to meet Guido at the bar while he absorbs the dupe. While Rain and Guido are talking, the stabbed dupe arrives, saying he didn't have the energy to make it up to the office. Guido calls Jamie down, and Jamie absorbs the dupe. After waking up, he decides to go to Chicago to investigate the dupe's activities, leaving a dupe behind to pose as bait for the assassin that killed the first dupe. All right.
A lot happened there.
I know.
And I forgot this was under the Marvel Knights banner.
Yeah.
Marvel Knights. Yeah. This is over 20 years ago now. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
But I knew that, I didn't realize you hadn't read this, but I knew that you would be a fan of it because of the link to X Factor with Rain.
Oh, yeah.
And Guido. You get these great guest appearances in here. And they all look fantastic. Like, I'd forgotten about this artist. He's great.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think if I've seen him. I can't remember where I saw his work, but no, it's very good.
Yeah, he's good. And I don't know what he's done since. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, that I've forgotten about that panel where those dudes are harassing Rain out in the street. And they're like, "You're not mad, are you? What, you never heard a wolf whistle?" And Rain whips around and she's like, "Have ye?" She's all wolfy. Oh, it's great. It's fantastic. Yeah,
and
so
again,
what did you think of this?
Oh, of course I love this. And this is, I guess, like the prologue, right, to like Peter David's second run when they're doing the investigation.
Yes. Yeah, this is basically the prequel or the precursor to X Factor Investigations, which came, I think, almost immediately after the final issue of this series.
Yeah, because I love that. I love the joke. Yeah, because he just has XXX investigators on the door, and and Rain are both X. Like, it's not like you're a porn detective.
Yeah. Oops. About that. And I love how he's got the shirt, which is the classic color scheme with and the symbols too are similar to his original outfit. I love that. It was a nice little touch.
But yeah, she finds him passed out on the floor. And, But basically get the, I guess for people who aren't familiar, how the dupe thing works, like I guess he doesn't reabsorb damage, but,
reabsorbs memories.
Yeah. Oh, and then he tells her, and then this joke doesn't pay off till the end about it. He's talking about it being a detective, and he's like, on the way here, you stopped for a hot dog and relish at Nathan's, gave $1 to a homeless man, stopped by Midtown Comics to look at Muppet toys, stepped in a puddle at 32nd and 5th, and bought a copy of the Daily News, but wound up giving it to another homeless man.
Yeah.
It's like, how'd you know that? Trade secret.
Yeah.
But yeah, then that one dude came in, and I guess the limit as a monk or whatever.
Yeah, but this monk, yeah. I mean, that's kind of my point about how I would choose that power, because you could do anything. You'd live any life,
Mm-hmm.
no matter where it was. Like, you go to any corner of the world and just live that life. It would be wild, yeah. And the whole reunion with Guido in the bar was fantastic. Yeah. He goes out in the middle of the street and just shouts, Madrox!
Yeah, I guess they're just across the street.
That part makes me laugh so hard. Oh, man.
Yeah, because the stab dude comes into the bar and they're, Rain's like, reabsorb him. He's like, I can't. And Guido's like, what if he dies without you taking his memories? He's like, I don't care. But then he says, he's thinking, how do I explain what happened? What happened to me before? It dupe right on the edge, and I take him. It's like dying myself. It's like my soul's being torn in half.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, you can experience all this stuff, but it comes at a price.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he won't take the physical damage, but it'll mess him up.
Right. And I think later on in the X Factor series, they address that fact that, like, there's a further cost to his stuff. Like, every time he absorbs somebody, like, he has to delete, like, some other memories or something. Mm-hmm. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was interesting. It further developed the limitations of his abilities. Cool. Oh,
yeah. Yeah. I love he's all out of it. Then he's hallucinating a dog.
Yeah, right. The dog. Yeah. This Rain. Yeah.
You're just licking my face. No, it was a washcloth.
Yeah.
And of course, he's like, how long was I out? And of course, Guido's like, 17 years.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got to be the wise ass.
I know. So then he just looks at Rain. How long was I out? 20 minutes. Okay.
Yeah. All right. And he makes that dupe. So I'm bait. Oh, joy.
Yeah. Because, Jamie's like, he's going to Chicago because he can see the face of the killer. He's like, either the dupe didn't see the killer or the memory is just too traumatic. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's the end of the issue. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. He never said, what do you think of the company name? It sounds like you investigate pornography.
Right? Yeah. Or produce it, one or the other. Detective porn. There's definitely an audience for that, I'm sure.
Oh my. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I liked it. Yeah.
This is your first read through. Yeah. What did you think of this?
Yeah. Like I said, I was hooked. I was like, oh yeah, bring it on. Bring it on.
Nice. Yeah.
Especially the solo Jamie issue. Yeah. For the most part.
And it does kind of read like a prequel to that X Factor investigation series, doesn't it? Because it does kind of have that feel to it now. Reading it again years later, it has that vibe to it for sure.
All right, we're gonna get to the next one.
Yes, yeah. I think it's the same creative team on all the issues.
Yeah, I think so.
The great cover too.
Oh yeah, I was just looking at this cover. Yeah.
I need to get this trade paperback that has this so I can get this in a physical format.
2 times the thrill, 3 times the adventure, 4 times the multiple man action.
Multiple man action.
Multiple man action. Sounds like.
Oh my!
Seems like you were Lilith in college.
Yeah, right. It was a fun weekend.
Oh my! Hey kids, yeah, that's right, kids. Lilith once spent a whole month in Vegas one weekend.
Whole month.
All right. So Madrox number 2 from December 2004. The Chicago Way, WHEY. Yeah, I think it is the same team here. So, they added another editor.
Oh yeah,
Molly Laser. So. In Chicago, Jamie rescues Stringer, a reporter. Wow, imagine that. From street toughs hired to assault him by a Mr. Capetti in retaliation for stories that Stringer had written in the Tribune. Jamie blackmails Stringer, who is secretly a telepath, into using the Tribune's files to help him find the woman he saw in his dupe's memories. Jamie and Stringer discover that the woman is Sheila DeSoto, fiance of crime boss Edward Vance. The dupe Jamie left in New York to run the agency, installs new windows, and meets with a new client, Carol Campbell, who's concerned that her quadriplegic husband is cheating on her by way of astral projection. Oh my!
Wow.
Clay, who killed Jamie's dupe in the first issue, was hired in New York to kill Jamie again because he was spotted in Chicago. Clay tracks Jamie's dead dupe to XXX Investigations HQ in Mutant Town and apparently shoots him in the head from a building across the street. Jamie sneaks on the Vance's property and finds Sheila swimming topless. She recognizes Jamie and gives him a big fat kiss, but just as the dupe is being shot in New York, Jamie feels its pain and passes out, falling into the pool.
Yep.
Okay.
The plot thickens.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if they made them change the art or what, because, yeah, I mean, she has bottoms on, she's in topless, but then every other issue after this where they mention this scene, and they're like, oh, she was naked. I'm like, we have.
Yeah. I don't know.
See them saying, put some bottoms on her.
Yeah.
Come on, kids. It's a Marvel Knights.
I know. Maybe that's why they put the Marvel Knights banner on it, so that they could get away with more.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be a little more adult, but.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
So, yeah, he saves this stringer, so.
Who looks like Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, I know. I love the one tough keeps hitting them, and then more dupes come out. He's just getting beat down by all these dupes.
Yeah, this is big. They're just piling on him, kicking the living hell out of him on the pavement. It's so funny. Yeah. And then that dude gets hurled off the top of the Empire State Building.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Yeah. That's going to be a lousy way to go.
Yeah. Yeah, that Clay or whatever. Yeah, because he's like, I'm on a job. And then boss just like, yeah, get it done. He's like, all right, just whoops the guy off the Empire State.
Yeah. That's it. Job's finished.
But yeah, that's so funny. The woman shows up and is like, oh, yeah, my husband cheated on me with
astral projection. Yeah. And she's like, I'd rather not tell you what my power is. And we'll discover later exactly the reason for that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And again, this is such Peter David dialogue. Mr. Madrox, I believe my husband Ned is cheating on me with another woman. No, with a Cocker Spaniel.
With a Cocker Spaniel. Well, it is slightly more complicated than that, though.
Because he keeps asking me, have you seen him with another woman? No. Have you caught him like any lipstick on the collar or anything, or strange bra in his pocket? No. But he says, yeah, he calls on her name every night. Kim. He thrashes around. It's disgraceful. And again, I mean, I guess it shouldn't be that far fetched because again, they're all mutants there, so it's like possible.
Yeah, I'm surprised she didn't think of like a telepathic thing, like somebody using some telepathy on him, or some illusion creating ability.
Yeah, somehow she nails it right on the head.
Yeah, this dude he looks like so much like Steve Buscemi. It's so funny.
Who, the reporter?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's weird. Oh.
But yeah, you find Sheila's picture. He's like, hey, that's her.
Yeah.
Because Stringer's even like, yeah, he's like, yeah, you want to steer clear of her, you know. She's the big mob guy's wife or fiance or whatever.
Fiance.
If you're duped in it, that's probably why he's dead.
Right.
I love. They already killed me. Didn't take.
Yeah.
And then the whole compound's wall has a big wall around it, so it creates a bunch of dupes to like lift them over the wall. And again, get the whole thing where it's like, yeah, some of these dupes are getting kind of, they're not like all of one mind. Some of them are just,
Yeah, and that was bound to happen. Like eventually you'd have some dupes that'd be like, you know what, I'm not into this. Yeah, this is stupid. Or something like that. But then they eventually agree to work together because they kind of have to.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess it would happen anyway because it's just like one thing. Part of it is he says as he's feeling a certain way or thinking certain thoughts. A dupe will pop out in that mood, and two, it's like you're sending all these dupes out to get life experience, and you're dumping all this information into the pool. So
right, exactly. Yeah, I love this part though where he's skulking around in the woods in the compound. It's great.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, he smells chlorine, gets to the pool, and yep, there she is.
There she is. Yep.
She's like, she recognizes him. Oh, James.
She makes out with him.
You taste like candy. It was a chocolate cigarette.
Yeah.
I have absolutely no idea what's going on, and I could not care less.
Yep. Yeah, he's very happy that a beautiful woman is just making out with him for no reason all of a sudden. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he sees nothing wrong with that. But then the other dupe rather, gets shot.
Yeah, or it appears
by a sniper. Yeah.
Clay,
sniper shot.
But yeah, he feels the pain and falls in the pool.
Yeah. And we have 2 cliffhanger endings at the end of this one.
Both involving a Madrox, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, what did you think of this one, Phil?
I liked it again. Again, you're bringing the cliffhangers, you're bringing, things are moving along at a nice pace here.
Yeah, the art's still great.
But again, it's Peter David. Peter David really isn't into the whole decompressed storytelling.
Right. Yeah.
Which, thank God.
Yeah. He fits a lot of story in these 5 issues. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
There never feels like a lull in any of the story. The momentum just keeps on cruising throughout all 5 issues.
Which is kind of good for like a detective mystery thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you want that feeling with a detective story like this, a mystery.
You don't want it to drag and be like, man, we're still here.
Yeah. Yeah, when are we going to get to the action? Don't worry about it. There'll be plenty of action.
Oh, my. We saw some action at that pool.
Exactly. You're getting different kinds of action here.
Although, okay, how do I put this sound not so vulgar? During the act of intercourse, wouldn't that create more dupes?
only if he was getting slapped around.
Oh, there's certain rhythmic motions in the act of intercourse.
Well, I suppose, but
I mean, does it have to be a certain level of like he has to hit something or something has to hit him, or is it just?
I always assumed it was dependent upon the level of the impact.
I would assume too, because I guess every footstep when he walked would create a dupe. If that was the case, maybe, yeah.
That's why he kind of stamps his feet or claps his hands or something, because it has to be the forceful impact that creates it. So yeah, I suppose that could happen if you were if you had some particularly vigorous gusto.
Well, I guess he figured too, mutant powers happen during puberty, and as all young men learn to, you learn not to shoot dupes all over the place.
Maybe it depends on the dupe. Maybe some of them are pillow princesses, and maybe some of them like to go to Pound Town.
God, can you imagine? Some woman, okay, we can have the threesome, but you better bring out a generous lover. Okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
All right. Should we get to the next one?
Yes, number 3. Another great cover too.
Oh yeah, there's some covers in these.
Loves this cover.
I forgot it.
Fantastic.
I forgot to do a different way to share the covers now. A better way.
New and improved.
That's right. Yeah. It's a bar full of Madrox.
Yeah, I love it. The art on that almost looks like Howard Chaykin.
Yeah,
I don't think it is, but
no, it's David.
To me,
yeah.
Well, to me, it reminds me of Howard Chaykin style.
A little bit, yeah. It's David Lloyd and Brian Reber.
So,
yeah,
I love it.
who Brian's also our colorist. So
Very cool.
well, he must have probably did the covers for the cover, stupid. All right. Madrox number 3 from January 2005, Dead Dirty Pool by the same team. Ever been? There's no synopsis for this, but
Okay.
but there's a solicit synopsis. Have you ever been totally beside yourself? Ever feel as if sometimes you're your own worst enemy? Then you can sympathize with Jamie Madrox as his investigation into his own death spirals out of control in Chicago, causing him to doubt everyone and everything, including, most especially, himself. Meanwhile, Guido has a major smackdown with the assassin Clay, while Wolfsbane seeks the goods on a philandering husband who may be cheating on his wife, but only spiritually.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Oh yeah, because Brain's out there on the roof. Well, she was like up on the roof or whatever, and she's like, "Did I hear gunfire?" And again, the dupe's okay because the glass he put in. He's like, fortunately, the new glass, because he installed the glass, said, new glass I installed work. It's refractive. It makes me look like I'm 2 inches to the left of where I am.
That's very smart. Very smart.
But he got crazed because he said, my lousy luck, the shooter's aim was off.
Yeah.
Refractive. She goes, who uses refractive glass? He goes, Doc Savage.
And I guess when he gets shot, it doesn't create a dupe because it's a different kind of injury.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they can feel. I guess he feels pain. I guess.
Yeah, the impact from the bullet or whatever doesn't create a dupe. But yeah, I forget that they at some point they talked about like how his powers exactly work. But
Yeah,
I don't remember when or where. But
I guess you have to hit him like full center.
Right. It has to be like a blunt force impact. It can't be because at the end too, as we'll see, he gets cut up a bit. And when he gets slashed or pierced or something like from edged weapons, it doesn't have the same effect. Or when he gets shot by projectile weapons.
I love what she's like. Well, the original Jamie, sense the attack. He's in Chicago. I love. He's like, yeah, probably he'll feel dizziness, maybe even blackout briefly, but no major problem unless he falls into a pool or something.
Unless what exactly happens? Yeah, if that happens,
that's Peter David. He's like, let's fall into a pool or something.
Yeah, the exact thing that's happening. Yeah, I love it so much.
Yeah, but then he falls in the pool, hits the bottom. Oh, there's a dupe.
And there's some hands forcing him back into the water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, somebody's trying to drown him.
But then he breaks the 2 fingers of whoever's holding him. So
yeah, that'll make it let go of him.
Yeah, but he kind of passes out, and they pull him out. But yeah, they say they show that Eddie talking to the guy who got his fingers broken. Yeah, get those fakes, lock up Madrox. They looks at Sheila. He's like, you want to tell me what's going on? She's like, nothing. He surprised me, and you didn't yell for help. He said he had a gun. She's telling him nothing happened. And the guys are locking him up. Don't drop him. Impact causes them to duplicate. You're kidding. I'm serious. Freaking mutants. It's always something. Oh, the guy. Do these duplicates have powers? No, he's just a guy who can turn into a bunch of guys.
Yeah. No big deal.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. Then we see Guido tracks down the assassin back in New York. Let me shoots him in the face. He's like, come on. Okay, now you're just ticking me off. I think Guido gets blasted out of the building. I guess is that woman a mutant? It looks like she's has giant gun at the end of her arm.
Yeah,
but it's mutant town. So is that her power to
I guess. Yeah, I forgot about that part. To be honest with you, yeah. Pretty much anybody could have any type of power. You never know.
And then when the dude meets up with Guido, are you okay? What do you think? I'm thinking not so much okay. Oh yeah, you got this whole detective thing down.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we get Bishop shows up.
Yeah. All kinds of guest appearances in here.
I know. And Jamie wakes up in that closet or wherever he's at. I love it. He's thinking about sending all the dupes out, studying horticulture or the effects of fluoride or being a circus clown. You never know.
Yeah. Getting out of handcuffs. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because he said he spent his summer in Vegas with Penn and Teller and Ricky G.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Just the wealth of experiences that he has. He could get himself out of pretty much any situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
Yeah, he knocks stuff off the shelf so he can pick the cuffs.
Creates a duplicate on the other side of the wall.
Oh yeah, always sticks his hand under the door. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll hurry up, open the door. What's the point in letting you out? What's the point of anything? He's like,
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, they have this existential conversation all of a sudden.
Yeah, because he was thinking about Sheila and just feeling detached from everything. And, yeah.
It's like, now's not the time for this.
Yeah, because that was an interesting splash page of a guy just talking to himself. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, he's like, the longer I'm stuck in here, the more danger I'm in. But if nothing matters, why does even your living make a difference? Does that matter? How could we not have been ecstatic that Sheila was kissing us? Are we gay? He's like, right now I'm not even mildly jovial. Oh, and then those guys come out and they got the dupe standing in front of the door. Just a heads up, you hit me, it'll make more of me. I'll always strangle you. That'll work. And Riddle Jamie in the closet. Shut up. But the idiots, don't remember his power because they're like, I thought we left them hogtied in here, so who's in here? And then Riddle Jamie comes out. Pulls like a bullseye, man. He grabs a playing card and
slashes the dude's throat with it. Yeah,
just throws it. Yeah. He's like, oh God, it was instinct.
Instinct, okay. Maybe instinct for bullseye or somebody like that.
And he's telling the dupe, you want to see when nothing matters? That's when nothing matters, when you're dead and not a second before. And reabsorbs him.
Yeah.
And then back in New York, Rain actually sees the guy is leaving his body, so.
Yeah. And
you kind of see its astral form, so she's following him.
Yeah. I love this part too. Yeah, the next part we go back to Jamie. He goes, "Man, my dupe hated that year and a half in Moscow.
Yes, because
wanted to know why he couldn't be the one who went to learn Hawaiian." So he understands Russian. So that's a decent way to learn. I love it.
But he tossed the dead guy in the closet and tossed his buddy in there with him. Don't think about the blood or that you're probably going to hell now.
Yeah.
But he's trying to listen to this guy's conversation in Russian. He's like, the plan and mutants, the mutant problem has to be attended to. Can't put it off any longer. It's not control. But then someone comes behind him, sticks a gun to his head.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, it's that Clay.
Here we go. Another cliffhanger ending, Phil.
Yep, and they're asking him, what did you hear? And he's like, you're speaking in some kind of foreign language. Oh, what language was that? What should I know? What do I look like, a UN translator? And then a voice says, don't believe him. He knows it was Russian, and he understood every word you said. And it's like, how do you know? Because I understood every word you say, because it's another dupe working for the mob boss.
Yep.
Yeah, Peter David not giving us any like slow endings or
keeping that, like I said before, the momentum just keeps on cruising throughout all of this story.
Oh yeah,
it's great,
and setting it up the whole time where it's just like, oh yeah, some of these dupes are getting like minds of their own or thinking differently than Jamie, but
and we get a bit of a sampling with what the rest of the X Factor investigation series was going to be like. With the whole mystery with Rain following the astral projection and seeing what's going on there, like you get the whole vibe of what that series is going to be like just from this whole situation. Yeah, it's great.
Oh yeah. All right, so should we get to the next one?
Yes, issue 4 with yet another great cover. As a matter of fact.
Oh, yeah. Him just put it up there. Yep. Him sitting there next to the Xerox machine, just all the...
Yeah. I love it. It's like a James Bond pose on one of them. It's great.
Is one like a pole vaulter or something?
Yeah. He's got like one that has like a samurai sword or something. Yeah.
All right. So Madrox, number 4 from February 2005, The Bigger Heat by the same team. Again, no synopsis, but I have the solicit synopsis. A stunning revelation about his lady love shocks Madrox as he seeks to discover the nature of Vance's final solution for the mutant problem. But as a trap is sprung in a blazing warehouse, Madrox finds his greatest opposition may be closer than he suspected. Meanwhile, Rain squares off against a cheating spouse who will do whatever it takes, including Rain, to cover his tracks. All right. But yeah, this one opens up. We do a little bit of those flash forwards because we see warehouse or whatever.
Yeah, setting the stage for the big final cliffhanger at the end of this one. Yeah.
But yeah, we see. Trying to remember, do we see who's trapped under there yet? But I don't think they say yet, do they?
I don't think we get that until later on in the issue.
Oh well, Jamie's kind of trapped too, but he makes a dupe and then. Basically, it just wants to save itself. So.
Yeah, it takes off. It's so funny. Just leaves it there. And then we go back to where we were at the end of the previous issue. Yeah.
Because Jamie's finally figuring out, oh, hey, you're the one who pushed me under water at the pool. And Dupe's like, yeah, and you broke my fingers.
The duplicitous dupe is revealed.
If you hadn't passed out just when that it happened, at least you'd have shared them in the pain. He says, you made me when you thumped against the bottom of the pool.
Yeah, because we never did see what happened with that dupe.
Yeah, but I guess he's kind of working with Vance because he said, yeah, I convinced Vance here. I hate you almost as much as he does.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, I don't get what he's like, oh, my self-loathing.
Yeah. I mean, he goes, man, I'm the only detective who should have been issued a psychiatric's couch along with his license.
Yes. But he's saying, yeah, not everything's about you. He's like, you never should have gotten involved with her, pointing at Sheila.
And she says that they're married.
But he goes, let her go. There's nothing going on between us. And then she yells, we're married. He's like, we who?
Who exactly?
Yes. But she tells Eddie, as when you're out of town, I met James, swept me off my feet. I never felt that way with anyone. I knew it was insane, but when he suggested we drive to Maryland, get married, I just did it.
Eddie's not happy about this.
Then he's like, here, he tells Clegg, here, give Mirror Boy a gun. Why? Because if you shoot Madrox, it's murder. If Madrox kills Madrox, it's suicide.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, no problem with the Clegg killing, just tossing that guy off the Empire State Building.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, he's a mob boss.
Yeah. Don't get any ideas. You aim it at anybody other than Madrox, you're going down faster than a buck an hour floozy.
Buck an hour floozy. Oh my god.
But yeah, the original Jamie's trying to say, you don't want to do this, and the Duke's kind of like, yeah, I really do. And he's like, on some level you do too. And he says, as long as you're over there, you can't reabsorb me. And then that's when Jamie's just like, shows how wrong he is.
Yeah. He said, when I absorbed the Shaolin dupe, a certain amount of enlightenment came with it. The Tao, the teachings, the understanding and acceptance of yin and yang, the following of the eightfold path. Be your own light, your own refuge. Which I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Because we see the dupe start twisting and then he just like shoots across the room back in the backdrop. Yeah.
He goes, it was my own light, and I was my own light and shut myself off and took refuge in myself. I love it. That's fantastic. This is the best part too, right after this film, when he leaps out the window and then rolls down the hill, and there's this whole pile of Jamie Madroxes from every single time that he bounced when he was rolling down the hill. There's like a dozen of them. It's so funny.
Him and Sheila are trying to escape, but then he absorbs all the dupes. He's like, I've never reabsorbed that many dupes in one shot before. It was like looking at 100 directions at once.
Yeah, could you imagine? Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
But yeah, he says, let's get to my rental car. But then the dupe in New York's calling Rain, and
she's following the astral projection.
Yep. When he says, the dupe says, well, check it out. We're spying on a couple boinking, going to be too much for a girl with your strict religious upbringing.
Yeah.
She says, things have changed.
He's with another guy, Jamie. This Kim is a guy. And she goes, I could be more virginal than Mother Mary, Jamie, and I think I'd still know a man.
Oh, yeah, because when she says he's with a man, he goes, are you sure?
Yeah, are you sure? I think I know the difference, yeah.
But then, yeah, the astral guy sees her and
chases her down, yeah.
But then, back in Chicago, Sheila's telling, she says that Jamie, I married a dupe of yours, didn't I?
Yeah. It wasn't what you thought.
Yeah, because he says, yeah, how did you? And she's like, yeah, well, you seemed kind of surprised when I kissed you at the pool.
Yeah. About that.
But she wants to know, can you bring out the one she married and stuff? And he says, that man is dead. Somebody stabbed him. He died in my arms, my mind. Last memories led me here to you. I want to find his killer. She's like, yeah, it's probably Clay. He does all the dirty work. But he wants to know, he's asking about the mutant problem. She says, yeah, it's sources telling him that for the past year, a mutant's been trying to clear out all the Chicago bosses so the mutant, could take over. Sources who have since disappeared, so Eddie's taking it seriously. And other bosses have been going down the chute recently. And he blames this mystery mutant. He says it's like the guy reads minds, knowing what everyone's up to. But I love he's like, they get to this motel and he's like, yeah, go in and ask for a room key. I'm checked in under the name Legion.
Yeah. Nice little reference there.
Yep. But then he calls Stringer, says, meet at they set up a meet at the newspaper warehouse. He tells her, just stay there, he'll be back. Then we see Rain and the astral guy again.
The confrontation.
Yeah, and I guess her claws must do damage to him or something.
Yeah, I still don't really know how that works, but yeah, her claws slash through the Phantom and it has a negative effect upon the dude's physical body.
I mean, I guess his astral form must be able to interact with the real world because, I mean, he's going to the boyfriend every night. So.
Right, yeah, they're having some form of intercourse, so.
Yeah, so.
It must be, yeah.
But yeah, then the astral form goes up in smoke and Rain just like, uh-oh.
Oops.
So yeah, then Jamie's back in Chicago's meeting with Stringer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess he's questioning Stringer about, is he the mystery mutant? And he's like, no. And then I love when Stringer says, well, explain it to me. Come on, fire away. And that's when the fire starts.
Yeah, exactly. The next page. Presto. Instant death trap.
Because again, all this paper is just going up.
Yeah. They try to get out of there. But then Stringer comes face to face with the true architect of this whole situation.
Oh, yeah. It's funny because you see almost like this giant claw stab him. And then on the last page, coming in with Clay, buttoning up her shirt, it's Sheila. She's telling Clay, nicely done. Thank you. Now go find Madrox and finish him. And Clay, please try not to screw it up this time.
Yes. Yeah, what did you think of that cliffhanger ending, Phil?
I was like, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. That was good, right? Yeah. Love it. Keeps you guessing the whole time.
Turns out the Dane was even more dangerous than Magneto.
Yes. Yeah. Indeed.
But yeah, no, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Another twist and turn in the story.
detective novel, yeah.
Indeed, yeah. It's perfect.
I figured if things were going to go bad for her anyway, she was either going to be in on it or she was going to die. So,
right, one or the other. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up.
Yeah, issue number 5.
Just Madrox is fighting Madrox.
Yeah, all out brawl with himself.
All right, so Madrox number 5 from March 2005. Once burned, twice shy. Same team. Again, no synopsis, but solicit synopsis.
Okay.
The searing conclusion as Madrox goes toe-to-toe with Clay, the assassin who killed his dupe. The truth behind Clay's mysterious employer is revealed along with a shocking secret about himself. And don't miss the bizarre ending of Rain's investigation of a 2-timing mutant. And the only note is XXX Investigations is changed to X Factor Investigations.
Yes. It's an important detail.
Oh my lord, that's what I was going to ask you at the end of so weird because the end of the original run of X Factor was 149, and after that, well, Havoc gets thrown in this alternate reality. Did you ever read Mutant X?
No, the stuff where he became one of the Hounds, where he had
it's
the M on his face, and he was like part of the whole.
No. He gets thrown into this alternate reality, and again, it's like one of those weird things where it's like, there's all kinds of familiar faces, but some of them, someone you knew as a friend might be an enemy or.
I never read that. I never read
some of that because like there's some interesting things in there, like Beast mutated differently. He's not blue and furry now. He's more like he's like green and almost reptilian in certain ways.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And Storm, she's still a vampire after Dracula's attack and stuff.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's check. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, do some of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to read that.
All right. So issue 5 here. Rain's still upset that she thinks she killed the Astral guy.
Yeah, she's dealing with some guilt, but Leo's trying to calm her down.
I know. She's like, I'm the one who shredded his ghost form, causing some sort of backlash to kill his physical body. What does that sound like to ye? Guido, something out of a comic book?
You're not helping.
Yeah, I hear that a lot.
I hear that a lot.
So we back to Jamie in Chicago.
Back to Chicago, pinned under the burning debris with a gun to his head.
Yep. So basically, we get the villain monologue here. He says, I killed her dupe. I knew it. I killed him on Sheila's order. She's secretly using her mutant powers to take over the mobs. And she wanted you dead because once your dupe realized what she truly was, he ran off. That cover everything? Not really. Too bad. But yeah, the dupe that ran away is back. Hits Clay from behind.
Yeah. He saves himself.
Yep. He says, I couldn't leave you to die. So he helps Jamie get out from under those beams. But then he gets shot. Then Jamie's saying, I almost go into shock as the wounded dupe violently remerges with me. Bad enough I've already sucked enough smoke to flatten the Denver Broncos. But he says, because what I'm seeing in front of me is making no sense at all. Because it seems Clay has the same power as Jamie.
Interesting, yeah.
And then Jamie creates a bunch of dupes, but it weakens the floor, so they fall through it.
Yeah. Oops.
So he's walking back up the steps, reabsorbing all the dupes.
Goes back to Stringer,
yeah. A nickname for private detective is Dick. Never been more appropriate.
Yeah.
Because he's thinking about, he thought his Stringer was the secret mutant.
Yeah, he blamed him.
Yeah. Oh, God. I hear the fire and ambulances coming. Stringer's not going to last that long. One of my dupes spent a year working for a coroner, so I know wounds, and Stringer's isn't a gunshot.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of blood already. Yeah.
But yeah, Stringer's telling me he's not human. Then he dies.
Yeah. That's it. We go back to
Mutant
Town.
They're talking to the widow, that guy.
Mm-hmm.
But she's like, oh yeah, there was nothing to it, right? And they're like, yeah, nothing to it. He wasn't cheating on you.
But then, yeah,
guys like
Kim is in the bar with them.
Yep. But the wife goes over to talk to him, and she like flares up.
Yeah, she bursts into flame.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not a situation with the Human Torch or Firestar or somebody like that. Like, she actually feels the pain of burning from this fire. And so,
because
Jamie grabs a fire extinguisher and blasts her with it.
Remember, Carol said she had a mutant power she didn't like to discuss. I think she didn't want to because it's literally too painful.
Mm-hmm.
But that's gotta suck. You can do that, but you're not fireproof.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. She can set herself on fire like the Human Torch, but unlike the Torch, she isn't flame-proof. Yeah, it's awful.
And then back with Eddie and Sheila. Man, this bitch never wears pants.
Yeah. It must be like 120 degrees in there.
But she says it wasn't her fault, and Eddie's like, you married that guy. And she's like, but don't you see, he must have had some kind of mind control power, in addition to being able to do the whole multiple body thing. She's saying, yeah, you mean too much to me. And then Jamie walks in, yeah, for one thing, you're an endless fountain of information.
Yep. Son of a...
Through you, Sheila finds out all the toughest nuts in Chicago are. Then she cracks them one by one. But don't get too comfy, Ed. See, once your rivals were gone, you would outlive your usefulness as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He says, yeah, the original dupe came to Chicago specifically to live La Vida Loca, the wildlife. You didn't realize we were dealing with a duplicate. You thought you were just a wide-eyed, naive jerk, which admittedly I am. You married the poor sucker Juma, and then when he realized the level of the dirty work you wanted him in, he rabbited. He sent Clay to ice him because the cliche goes, he knew too much. But no actual proof of what you did. In theory, I have to let you get away with it. It's bad business to let the killer get away with it. Bad all round, bad for every detective everywhere. You kill me, and you're going over for it. You, and before you, your beloved Eddie. And then it appears Jamie shoots Eddie in the head.
Yep. So it appears.
Then Clay comes in, but then we see, I guess, part of Sheila's powers.
Yeah. She begins to metamorphose into a creature and attacks Jamie.
Oh yeah, all these claws and spikes come out.
Spikes, yeah.
Coming out of her mouth and everything.
It's almost like she's like a praying mantis or something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Jamie's like, I figured she was something like this from the way she killed Stringer, but this cleat catches me flat-footed.
She goes, any last words, husband dear? And he says, just two. Paint gun.
She's like, what? And you hear bang.
Yep. And first it's Clay that's shot.
Yep.
By Eddie, who's still alive. He was shot by a paint gun.
He says, this one's real.
Yep.
Then he just starts shooting.
Yeah.
Just starts shooting Sheila.
Yeah. He blasts her. Yeah. And it says Jamie's dialogue. He goes, I have no idea where he pulled the gun out of, but there it is. The gaping holes blossom over her like red flowers as he empties the entire clip into her. My guess, she was dead from the first one, which blew her head apart. A debt he obviously felt he owed her. The rest were interest on the debt.
And ironically, he falls back in the pool.
Yeah, right. This green blood in the pool afterwards.
And then Eddie's basically like, says to Jamie, give me one good reason not to kill you. Bottom line, I saved your life. You owe me. Is this how you settled that? He's like, frequently, yes.
Frequently, yes.
Jamie's like, no, I got nothing.
Yeah.
Eddie's just like, get the hell out of here.
And that's it. Jamie gets a bus back to the city.
Yeah. Keep wondering what I accomplished. The woman I thought I loved is dead. A friend of mine is dead. A criminal mob guy is still in place with fewer rivals to worry about. And a man with the same power I had is dead.
Mm-hmm.
Except as I well know, the death of a multiple man isn't always what it seems.
Yeah.
So yeah, he gets back and
reunites with Guido and Rain
and
himself, reading on the couch.
Oh yeah. Did you find the killer? Yeah, but I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it.
And then again, playing off that joke from issue 1, Rain's like, "How'd you know all that stuff? When I came in here." He's like, "I had dupes acting as spotters all along your path. They kept phoning in updates." But yeah, he says he has room for improvement, and they're like, "Yeah, there's a room for improvement on the name of your agency, Triple X. Sounds like a porn outfit." And Guido says, "I took care of it for you." "What do you mean?"
And then there it is.
Yep,
the new logo right on the door. X Factor Investigations.
Yep.
Yes. There it is. And that's the end of the issue and the end of the miniseries as well.
That's right.
Yeah. But I think that the X Factor series began really shortly after this.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to add that in sometime, maybe next year.
Yes.
On the show.
Oh yeah, I have no problem doing any era of X Factor.
Yeah, I don't think we've picked any X Factor X related issues for next year, so we'll get on that. Yeah,
send in your request, kids.
That's right, exactly. And that series went on for a long time.
Oh yeah. Because the original run went to 149, and I know they went over I think they went over 200.
Yeah.
200. So yeah, that original run was at least 50 issues. So I think more. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's Peter David.
I know. Yeah. And he stayed with it. I think the whole series up until the end. Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah. We'll definitely do that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So what did you think of this as a whole for your first time reading it through?
I love it. Thank you. Yeah. No.
Oh yeah. No problem. Yeah. I'm glad you liked it.
That's what
I knew that you would. I knew we're both big fans of Peter David, and we're big fans of Jamie Madrox and X Factor. So you kind of get a little bit of everything here. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I think later in the year we'll have to try to get Rain here. I think we did schedule some of his first issues on X Factor.
We did. Yes, we did. Yeah, I was going to mention that to Ray maybe on our next Spider Cast that we should tentatively schedule some of that stuff for.
Be like, hey Ray, this many months down the line, yes, schedule some time.
Yeah, well, I think it's in the summer, so it's not that far off.
Yeah,
I remember right.
It is August.
Yeah. So we should start planning away.
Exactly. I was trying to see. Because I think we actually have 3 X Factor episodes.
Yes.
Yeah.
3 in a row.
Because again, that's going to be after Secret Wars 1 and 2, and that's going to be a whole lot of Marvel Tales.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But there'll be a lot of X characters in Secret Wars. So.
Yeah.
The
X-Men are in Secret Wars, then Secret Wars 2. All the mutant titles are at the time are in there. Pretty much every title is in there.
Oh yeah.
For the time.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff in there. We'll get back to some Dazzler.
Dazzler,
yeah. Alpha Flight, Doctor Strange, Micronauts. I don't know if
I think there's a few of those that I haven't read too.
It might only be one Micronauts issue, but yeah, it's probably not on the app.
Micronauts.
To Mal, where I go.
Yeah.
So yeah, kids, lots of good stuff coming.
Yes.
All right. Yep. So anything else, Justin?
No, I'm happy that you liked this. Yeah, and I had no idea that it was your first time reading this, so that makes me doubly happy that it was a pick for your birthday month.
And the other episode this month that Justin picked for X-Men Classics is going to be the original X-Men vs. Avengers from 1987. So
yeah, which I knew you were a fan of as well.
I've read it. It's been a long time, but yes, I have read that one.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah. Yep, and again, keep your eyes on Marvel Tales too, kids. Got some Iron Man, got some Thor, got some U.S. Agent before the movie comes out.
Some more good stuff for Phil's birthday month over there too.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's the other thing. Because Yeah, kids, and in May you're not going to get you're really not going to get any X-Men classics in May because we're going to do 2 episodes on Thunderbolts, and then we're going to roll right into Secret Wars. So
right.
But as we said,
again, you'll get a lot of X characters in the Secret Wars stuff, so definitely check that out.
Oh yeah, Secret Wars 1 and 2.
If you're not regular listeners of Marvel Tales, and if you're not, you should be.
You should be. It's me and Justin. We're talking in the Marvel cut. It just happens, anything other than an X book. Yeah.
Yeah. It's basically the companion to this show. Like they're 2 sides of the same coin. So
yeah,
you should be listening to both.
Pretty much offshoots of each other. Yeah.
Right.
All right. So yeah, kids, send us your thoughts on all of that. So tell us what you thought of the Madrox series.
And Peter David's X stuff in general.
I could just raise feedback incoming for Madrox.
Yeah, I wonder what he thinks of this miniseries. Yeah.
It's either going to be he loves it, or it's going to be like, oh, I never read that one before. I have to go on the app and read that.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe it's a new one to him as well.
Yeah, because again, what was that, 2004, 2005?
Yeah, 20 years ago, yeah.
Because if this was like the 90s, he would have read I for sure know he would have read it. But All right, kids. So yes, please send all those thoughts in. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And you can find every episode of pretty much anything we've done at CapesLunatics.wordpress.com. Help support us by buying merch at T Public or Spring. Yes. And again, deadlier than any pantsless mutant, Lilith Hellfire demands that you rain random money on us through the Cash App link.
Make it rain.
And so is that what that's why she was almost naked in the pool in that the first time we see her, because she was like just spreading out those mandibles or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just stretching out.
Good Lord. Well, again, that's probably why she never wears pants. I mean,
well, yeah.
Nobody ever wants to get their mandible stuck in the zipper. And of course, kids, Patreon, where again you get exclusive uncensored content every month from me and Lilith. And again, if you are a patron, like our good friend Justin here, you can request topics for Lilith and I to discuss. It doesn't have to be comics; can be anything. So,
yep, I
and tell us
the Friday the 13th film franchise for Film World to talk about for the month of June, because that's the only month we're getting a Friday the 13th this year.
Exactly. I'm going to try to drop that right on Friday the 13th.
Nice. Oh, nice.
And again, if you're a patron, you can get your own customized sound drops too, kids, if you want. Like
that's right.
Like Justin and Ray.
Oh, baby.
Strongest wrists down under. Taint.
Tight.
All right. So subscribe to the Patreon. Patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Remember, completely uncensored. So we hear plenty of
Tight.
That's right. Uncensored. More vicious and brutal than ever.
Ray's uncensored taint.
Capes and Lunatics After Dark.
He might hear this. He actually, I know on our last Batman episode, Lilith and I were like, yeah, does Ray listen to this? Probably not. He sent me a message last night. He's like, oh, I listen sometimes. I'm like,
oh,
it was a straight up Batman episode. He listened to it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting.
Mad Hatter. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. See, kids, even if I was a huge Batman lover like Ray can listen to that show. You all can listen to it.
Batman, my favorite character.
Ray sitting here, Ray listening to a Madrox episode, just hoping to enjoy himself, and just like, man, it hit me at the end, man.
They always got to ruin it at the end. He says.
I'm under contractual obligation, Ray. I have to play here.
Yes.
Once an episode, or Lilith gives either back in. All right, kids. And again, we'll get to this Justin the Owl. And as we've said, you can catch him with me every week on Marvel Tales or X-Men Classics, on occasionally both. I can also catch him here on this podcast on Energon Universe, where we cover the new Transformers and G.I. Joe content, One World Under Doom, the Doctor Doom podcast, which we should know what that is. And of course, he's also the monthly co-host with me and the aforementioned Ray on the last episode of every month of Ultimate Spider Cast, where we talk Scarlet Spider. We're going to have a big run on Slingers here in a little bit. So,
yeah, I'm excited for the Slingers stuff.
Yes, too. All right. And of course, over on Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks, you can catch him at least once a month on We Are the Night,
the Batman podcast.
Talking Asriel. Yes. But he also pops in other times, like Meow May. He'll be there.
Meow May and Anarchy August. And
that's right.
Killer Moth stuff.
So you never know when he's going to pop in. Yeah. And he's also on occasionally Electric Mullet, the Superman podcast.
That's right. You'll see me every so often over there.
We just recorded the 50th episode with Tyler, and Lilith even showed up.
And Lilith, yeah, that was fun.
Oh, we're almost done, Russell. Cranking
me, Hogue. I think we'll be talking with Russell soon on Energon Universe later this month.
Oh, yeah.
Turn to the Transformers stuff from Image.
Russell, all right, yeah, Russell, I dare you. I throw down the gauntlet, sir. I want you to start a Spider Ham podcast and call it Cranking the Hog.
Spider Ham.
Cranking the Hog.
Oh man.
Yeah, he said yes! Exclamation point. And every episode you can say, Spider Ham. You know what that is, right?
The greatest comic of all time.
Yes. The stuff of legend.
Open up every episode.
Howdy, y'all! The greatest comic of all time.
Spider Ham.
All right. But, and of course, here's your plugs, Russell. Justin does other podcasting.
That's right.
So
you can find me and Russell over on Gamma Charge every month, where we talk about the Sensational She-Hulk or the Immortal Hulk. We're alternating coverage of both of those series and having a lot of fun with it. And over on our Patreon page, we're having a lot of fun talking about one of DC's versions of the Hulk called Damage. And if you join our Patreon feed, you can hear all about it. And then, although Predator and Prey is on somewhat of a hiatus right now, we will be recording some new episodes, I'm sure, in the near future with the aforementioned High Priest of Khonshu, Ray, and Sparky. And over on the Lost Library of Legends, my solo show, I am doing a multiple-part retrospective on Malibu Ultraverse title, The Strangers. We're going back to the 90s here, bitch. Gonna be some dicks waving around. Yes. Oh, that's naughty.
Yep.
One way to the Biscuit Town. My Tweety Bird just went off just in time for that.
Oh my. Again, the world needs more Predator and Prey. So Ray, get in the backseat of that car already. So Predator and Prey.
The chopper. That's what we call it whenever he records from the with his sunglasses on. He's get to the chopper.
Yeah, record more episodes, Ray. Be productive on your lunch break instead of just sitting in the backseat of that car going,
"Oh, baby."
Oh.
I think ball player.
Record some episodes. Look at some good things while you're on that laptop in the backseat of your car, Ray.
I think part of the issue has been it's too scorching hot. Like on his lunch breaks, I think it's been over 100 degrees over there. So.
Well, just take like a lawn chair and sit outside the car, Ray. Come on. Oh my God, how funny would it be sitting in a big tub of ice or something while he's recording?
I can see it now. Yeah.
Cool and freezing.
Yeah.
Should be cool. It's getting warmer up here.
Right.
Should be cooler down there soon. It's getting warmer up here.
That's true. Yeah.
be funny. In the middle of summer, you're recording, you see, like, well, I guess he said they don't get snow down there. That'd be cool if you saw snow in the background.
AI generated snow.
The international best.
Yes.
Predator and Prince. All right, kids, come back next time. Go read those Madrox issues we just
That's
covered.
right.
Have fun with yourself. Good night.